Today, I'm catching up with Elise Ball, who has brought an African flair to Australia's activewear industry. Hi, Elise. Thank you so much for joining me today.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
When did you first come to Australia? What year?
In 2002.
What were your first impressions of Australia when you first moved?
It was different when I first came because I was born in Sudan and then I stayed there for a bit and then I went to Egypt to stay there for 3 years. So the environment and the culture was different. The language also was different because I didn't speak English as well when I came. I spoke Arabic and Dinka, so everything was different. Even like the way people dress, it was different for me.
Wow, so you learned English when you came here?
Yes, I had to go to English Center for a year and then started from year 8.
So over that time, what has helped you adjust and get used to living in Australia?
I would say my family and also my school, because I remember they used to do like Korea Day as well. But I felt comfortable because I had teachers that were really helpful and supportive as well. And I had also friends that from different backgrounds, so also that helped me settle in. Yeah.
Was there anything, I know you mentioned learning the language, learning English.
Yeah.
Was there anything else that you found difficult about transitioning to a new country?
Not really, because I came young. And most of the things my sister would do for me. So I would go to school and then from school I would come home, go play in the park because I also had my family. So it was okay until later on, like when I had to be independent, then it was a bit difficult because now I had responsibilities.
What have you enjoyed about living in Australia?
I would say culture. Yeah, culture, the people, and yeah, having friends from different backgrounds. So yeah, it's nice.
You have an activewear line called Rika Activewear.
Yes, I do.
What inspired you to create it?
I decided one day I had a function and I wanted to buy something. Like I was in a rush. It was a few hours before. I'm like, okay, let me go look for something that represents my culture, like with African print. So it was hard for me to find it last minute because you would have to go to a shop or to a person to tailor the outfit you wanted. I couldn't just go to the shop and buy it. So one day I decided to go to Westfield and then I was looking around and then I realized, hey, there's not even one shop that is owned by an African. So I was thinking, what can I do then for this community if, I can't find anything that I, identify with or I can relate to. So then I decided to have like an apparel. But then I was like, it's common. You can find like apparel everywhere and bags, especially with African print. So I was like, what can I do that is different? And that's when I decided to do activewear because I like activewear. And before, I couldn't find activewear that fit me like properly because I'm tall, but not really tall, but activewear then didn't have a lot of variety. And it used to bother me a lot because then every time I'll buy something full length, it's not full length for me. And I'm like, I didn't like it at all. So I wanted to start activewear like with the African print that, people can identify with, that, African culture is also represented in activewear.
What has it been like navigating the fashion landscape, the fashion industry in Australia as an African woman?
It wasn't easy because it's something new to my community. Like when I started in 2018, I had to educate myself. So I spent most of my time like at the libraries trying to understand the fabric, the quality. Finding a supplier was hard as well because I come from a hospitality background. So I worked as a chef for years. So I knew everything about food, and then I also studied fitness, so that's my field. And having a business in activewear was like, where do I start? So I did a lot of research. I had to do a lot of program as well, attend program to educate myself and know the field that I am working in as well.
You've done well. So much like new languages, new business acumen, new knowledge, learning a whole new industry.
Yeah. The words, the fabric, I'm like, what is this? Sometimes I would even go like to a shop, like let's say an Adidas store, and I'll look at the fabric and I'll study the fabric on on the tag, and I'll see the blend, and then I'll feel the fabric, and then I would have to talk to the suppliers. So yeah, I had to look around.
Yeah, a big process.
It took years to get where I am.
How does it feel when you see people wearing the clothes that you designed?
Amazing. You know, even when I look at my activewear on the rack, the first time I saw it, I'm like, wow. Because it came from an idea that even myself, I didn't understand or how to start it, to seeing the actual products in my hands. So it makes me so happy. And when I see people wearing it and, you know, they would give me good feedback, it makes me happy.
What tips would you share to other, African migrants about starting their own line here?
I would say go for it. They have everything they need right now. Like today you can go online, you can learn, you can reach out to like your community, and they also have a lot of support online as well. Don't be scared. It's a long process, but it's worth it. Like if you have something that is unique and you came up with it, go for it.
Is there anything that you would say to a fellow African migrant about learning to adjust and get used to life here in Australia?
I would say trust in the process. Find a community that you can fit in, or even being around your family, it's enough until you have an understanding of everything. Because sometimes, like when you come to Australia, you don't know how to maybe catch the bus, the train, everything is different. But I would say just trust the process, ask for help at school, your community as well, because today now we have a lot of communities, so help is available. Compared to when I came, I couldn't just go somewhere and ask for help. I had to learn and adapt and adjust. Don't give up, because sometimes it is a long process and sometimes you may feel stuck. I felt stuck in the past, but I had to take a step. Sometimes we have to take a step back to educate ourselves and then start again. So don't give up, just keep going, knock on doors, because the right door will open.
It was so good catching up with Elise. Like her, I came to Australia when I was pretty young. I was about 9 or 10 years old. And what really helped me to adjust was my experience going to school. I was lucky enough having really good friends, both in high school and at uni, who really helped me out. They were people I could talk to, who I could lean on, and who never made me feel out of place. So if you're lucky enough to find a good group of friends, that would really help make your experience here just that little bit easier. Thanks for watching. Make sure you tune in to the other episodes in the series to find out more tips from African migrants about how to adjust to life in Australia.